Ladies, we are focusing on our monthly planning. We're going to talk about self-care and we're going to talk about goal setting. We're going to break each of these down and we are going to make sure that October is going to set us up for success. Do you hear me? Okay, so if you have not yet, like I mentioned previously, I did do a fall reset and we're going to focus only on the month of October and we're going to break down each goal with tasks and how we're going to execute everything. Okay, I know some monthly resets are a little bit different. People cleaning and carrying on. We ain't cleaning over here. The house should be clean already. Okay, and we got that routine underway, so we don't need to go there. Okay, so I mentioned for me for the month of October, I want to focus on health and wellness, and I wanted to kind of break down. You have your goal. You have the bigger goal. What are we going to do to execute the health and wellness? So for my health and wellness, my goal is to lose 10 pounds. Yes. So can I lose 10 pounds in a month? Yeah. Or can I lose 10 pounds in 3 months? Absolutely. So this right here is going to always be on the list. It's going to be on the list. I'm probably going to change it up a little bit because I feel like since I'm getting myself back into a routine, November probably will look a little bit different and so will December. But we also can definitely reflect on the previous month to see if we have to change anything. So what I have down here, my goal is to lose 10 pounds for October. Let's do it. So what I have down here is going to the gym 3 times a week. And I'm going to clean up my diet. Okay, I'm going to clean my diet up. My diet is pretty good, but I'm going to really, really stick to it. Like more veggies on my plate, more protein, cut back on the carbs. Even if it is, rice or sweet potato, still cut back on it because those process in your body differently. That's a whole nother video. Okay, I'm going to do the treadmill daily for 30 minutes. So even if it's in the morning, which would be really good and ideal, or if it's me doing it, in the evening. But we're going to talk about routines and things like that as well. Solo date. This is for my health and wellness, y'all. So I'm going to make sure I get a solo date in this month. And I don't mean just your typical me going somewhere and me just getting something to eat. No, I'm going to look pretty. I'm going to look nice. And I am going to take myself out. Make sure my car is cleaned and all the things, okay? We're doing it. I want to have a spa day in this month, so I'm going to schedule that. I might be able to do that. I was invited to Charlotte, so I may do that in Charlotte. So that might be something that I can incorporate while I'm out there. And I also have to clean up my diet. So we're looking good in the health and wellness department. So those are my tasks. And well, that sounds kind of weird, Kelly, because I got down here to lose 10 pounds and I got my task down here to go to the gym. But then I wound up adding, well, that's the wellness part. So I guess I'm okay. But I only have a goal. So yeah, we're doing that. We're going to keep it the way it is. So I'm going to repeat that. For my health and wellness, I want to definitely focus on that. But my goal in my health and wellness category, that makes a bit more sense, is to lose 10 pounds. And I'm going to focus on 3 times a week at the gym, treadmill 30 minutes daily. My wellness component, we're going to go to the spa, solo date, and clean my diet up. So now, my next goal, which is more so a achievement goal, me doing something and me controlling the input, but not controlling the output. There, because the output is something different. We'll get into that. So I want to focus on my podcast. I want to, in 2 components. I want to monetize my podcast, not only from my streaming platform, but I want to monetize it on YouTube. So that's a twofold. So what is going to be some of my tasks that I have to do that I can control on my end? Okay, I'm getting nervous here because I'm speaking it out. You know what I mean? I'm being vocal about this. goals like this, I normally keep to myself, but I feel like in order for me to take it serious and to really execute it, not that I can't take it serious no other way, I have to speak it out in the world. I really have to be very, very intentional. And I want to, and if it's somebody else who wants to start a podcast or somebody else that wants to start a YouTube channel, I want to be an instrument for you. You know, my main channel is already monetized and it's been monetized for years. This right here, it's a new era. When my channel was monetized, YouTube was in a different era. You can get monetized in moments. You still need your 4,000 hours. You still needed your 1,000 subscribers. But the way YouTube was set up, it was like people was coming in. The way the algorithm worked and the way people saw YouTube, it was different. People literally wanted you to have subscribers. They really wanted you to have views. It was different. It was a community for real. It wasn't like you building your own community, like, you know, here we age graceful. It was like the YouTube ecosystem was a community. It was different. It was different. It was different. For those of you who know what I'm talking about. So I need to reach 4,000 watch hours on YouTube and 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. For my streaming platform, I need 500, I think, downloads a month consistently. So I am in control of me producing the uploads, producing the episodes, if you will, and uploading it. And then I have to let the rest do its thing. And I can only control over on YouTube is uploading videos, the podcast. Okay. So my goal is to upload 3 times a week. Oh, 3 times a week. Podcast is a little bit different for me. I find a lot of enjoyment. Not that I don't find enjoyment in my beauty. I do. But this is a different type of enjoyment. I really feel like I am a talker. So this has given me a different type of woo, if you will. And I'm just thoroughly enjoying it. And I just did an episode in regards to removing perfectionism. And right now, for those of you who are listening, normally when I do my video podcast, you know, and I'm just doing a regular podcast and you're listening, I'm not that I'm dolled up, and I look decent. You know, I may have a little makeup on my face, lip gloss. You know, I can still put some lip gloss on now. Ooh. I may have, just looking, more put together. And I said, Kelly, you can't let looking a certain way, doing something, stop you from doing your podcast. Because there's going to be some days where you just want to talk. And if you don't allow yourself to come up on your platform and be yourself, then nobody's going to take you serious. Now, if you catch me on my main channel, which is iamKeliB, I'll leave it in the show notes. I'll leave it in the description. When I vlog, this is what you're going to get. So I cannot be so tight if I can do it somewhere else. But when I come over here, I'm got to be perfect. Because, when you watch certain video podcasts, a lot of times people are, suited and booted. Studio, this, and the third. I'm in an extra spare room in my house. And I'm coming to you with me, my authentic self, providing value. And that's what I want to be able to do. Now, in due time, when we can get things monetized and, do all the things, yes, will we get a new mic? Absolutely. Will we have a new background situation? Maybe get some new shelves, something like that? Absolutely. But for right now, what we're going to continue to do is me show up for you and for me showing up for myself. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I can get out of this perfectionism, and then I can reach my goal. I can reach my goal. I remember someone told me, why don't you get a studio? Why don't you, pay for some studio time? And I said, well, I feel like me paying for studio time is like so much. I have a spare bedroom in my house. It's like, why would I pay for a studio? Yeah, the studio may sound different or, but I can just get a better mic. I can get a better mic. Is my mic that I have now good? Absolutely, it's good. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But, can I get another mic later on down the line? Absolutely. That's going to be my first reward once we get the podcast where it needs to be, is getting a new mic. Will the background change? I don't know how much, but it's going to change somehow, some way, But I don't think this background is too bad. You guys seen this one. For those of you who follow me on my main channel, y'all caught me in my vlogs. You guys know how this area looks. This is the room. This is the gym right here. So we good. So to get back into what I'm going to do to make sure the podcast is going to get its views, and we reach our goals within the podcast, I'm going to upload 3 times a week. In addition, I'm going to revamp the website. I saw so many opportunities yesterday when I was in my planning session on how I can not only revamp the website for We Age Graceful, but to push out the podcast and to get people. I can only do my part. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do my part. I'm going to revamp the website. I'm going to share the podcast episodes and the video episodes, in blog posts. I'm going to share short clips, and if you see the short clips, watch them. Share them. And even for the episodes, share them. It's not only is it helping, it's helping us, because now our platform is growing. I look at it as a community. This is us together. We learn together. Okay? We learn together. Okay. And then my next thing that I want to do is reading. I want to read more. I mentioned that in my fall reset that I want to read more. And I'm going to go for, because I've been out the game for a minute in regards to keeping my attention span longer than, I guess, 10 minutes. And I want to go and start reading 1 book a month, and then I'll ooze into 2 books. I know people can read 4, 5, 6 books a month, but I need to be realistic, and I want to do 10 pages a day. So I needed to just make some actionable steps. So here we are. I put it out there on what I'm doing. Now you got to write down what you're doing so you will know how you're going to have a good October reset. Okay, so I also got some little check boxes that I made for my little planning sheets. I have to keep myself accountable. I have to make sure that I'm, writing down some podcast episodes, which I've done already. I have a Google sheet where I have pretty much, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I have 16 episodes ready, ideas, good to go. Just have to iron them out, script them out, get my bullet points so I know exactly what I'm talking about. So I have that. And I have to pick out my record day. As I mentioned earlier, my record day is normally on Saturday morning, because I like to have the good sun. Or I'll do, I record it in, Kelly, I record in natural light. And I'd rather it be nice and quiet. I know everybody is sleeping Saturday morning, so I can go ahead and do my thing. And then if it's in the evening, I'll do like 6 to 9. I'll wait till everybody's kind of like wound down. Maybe around 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, I can go ahead and make an episode. And then we can go from there. But if I have to do that, I have to put lights up. So I really prefer to do things on Saturday morning. I don't have to do all the lighting thing. I can just go ahead and just knock it out in regards to the video portion. So I have my record day, which is going to be Saturday morning. Then I have an editing day. If I'm not doing anything on Saturday evening, I'm just kind of like laying around, not doing anything, I can go ahead and edit the podcast. And I can extract the audio. I can have the video version of it. And then I can go ahead and do what I have to do. And I can schedule things out. So I have my editing day, and editing consists of, again, editing the actual podcast for video and for audio. And I have the thumbnail. Then I have to schedule. Now, once everything is done, I'll usually just go ahead and I'll put everything in their prospective places. So if I got to put it on YouTube, if I have to put it on my podcast platform, I'll just go ahead and I'll just schedule it out. So that's my planning process on how I'm going to do it. Then I have to go ahead and I'll wait like maybe a couple of days before I actually put it on the website. So right now I sat back and thought about all the podcast episodes I've done so far. Can you believe it? We are like on episode 19 or 20. We are doing it, y'all. Some podcasts don't even make it past the 7th episode. That is crazy. So here we are. I'm going to share and write a blog post on each episode. And I'm going to also share on Pinterest and on Facebook. And I didn't mention about my gym days. My gym days are going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and maybe on Saturdays, depending how jazzy I feel. So again, podcast will come first in the morning once I get into my whole jam. And then we'll get into going to the gym if I feel like it. But we all know. But yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys, on what my October reset's gonna look like, and what yours can look like as well. It doesn't have to be nothing extravagant. It's just something that you want to focus on, and I really want to focus on, myself, my podcast, and throwing in some reading. Now, I'm also going to share with you later on in some episodes on how to create the ultimate morning routine. Okay, we're going to talk about it. We're going to, make sure that we're not overextending ourselves, and we're going to make sure that we're really pouring into ourselves. Okay, so in saying all of that, I want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. And if you are any social media platform, we are on everywhere. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. We are on YouTube. We are all over Pinterest. Come hang out with us. We age graceful. We're having a good time. And I want to say thank you. I appreciate you. And I will catch you in the next episode. Bye, ladies.